Radiant team back. Radiant team pick. Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Oracle.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Monkey King. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Wind Ranger at your service. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Beastmaster. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Team Liquid's turn to pick.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Bristleback!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Seconds remaining.
This reward transcends expectation. Thanks.
Prepare for battle.
We'll have to see how this one is going to go down. I'm going to test something because I think we've got our boys ready. We got them back on the line as they are ready to go. And what a way to kick it off. We've got Toby and Cinder and the classic combo back together to start us off with VP.Prodigy versus Liquid.
Yes, we're as classic as Na'Vi versus Alliance, and just as relative. Liquid versus VP.Prodigy, not the real VP. It's the other VP, as all the greatest teams. The better one. It's like all the Chinese teams, second teams worked, right? That always supersede the original.
I think they're probably the team that performed the most over the average expectation in this tournament. I thought VP.Prodigy were going to do really well going into this, but I would probably not have placed them top 3 in the whole thing. So they've been doing a really good job here getting this far. And they're playing something... They're playing to their strengths, basically. This is the kind of stuff that they've been playing all tournament, which can be a little bit concerning because it also means that, you know, enemy teams are going to be preparing better and better and better for you. But their execution has just been so good, like they said on the panel, that it hasn't mattered a lot of the time. Save. We'll have to use wind run here. Get out. But...
yeah, if they rely on their execution this draft, this could be a hell of a fun game to watch just from Prodigy's side. This is a style of lineup if you can make it work. But as Kyle was kind of saying too, with Team Liquid, you just need one good victory and then map control is going to really start to be yours and momentum will start to be yours. But I want to see how Mickey goes on this Bristleback. You were mentioning to me before how he had a horrendous game as Bristleback last time we got to play this hero in the Pushka League, and now he gets to play it mid against the Queen of Pain.
Actually, it was on the other side.
The other side,
Limp.
sorry.
It was Limp's Bristle, and it was yesterday. But he was playing against Shadow Demon, and I think Liquid, they made sure there's no Shadow Demon in the enemy team. They first picked it. So they can end off their draft with this Bristleback, knowing the enemy team has one counter pick, and feel like he's not too bad in the game because they have the protection of not having to face ST. Now, Bristle has been a little bit polarizing. Like, you go back 2 weeks and first phasing it, thinking it was insanely strong. And then solutions were found and it kind of faded. And then some teams have been pulling it off here or there, but it's kind of in this spot now where it seems like it's one of the last picks of the draft. And I wonder what Liquid really saw in it here, except we want a frontliner. There's no matchups here that really shine for me. Maybe they thought it was a mid-Ember, and they just wanted to counterpick that with a mid-Bristle and force Ember onto a side lane. Because that's obviously a really good matchup for Bristle as the Ember mid. That might be a big part of the reason, actually, that they did it. But they already had Monkey King, right? So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they had Cloyp as Monkey King as well. He'd be very willing to go there. Yeah, but how does the matchup really work there with a Bristleback? Like, he's going pretty ham against FN underneath the tower, but he's burned all of his consumables available. FN, one Cool Spray is not enough. He has stick charges available and the Fairy Fire ready to go.
I want to say this is a Quap favored lane. Like, she should just win on basically efficiency, like how much mana she needs to pay to deal good damage. Bristle needs to pay more and therefore has to buy more regen. Queen of Pain just maxing out Shadow Strike. You probably get 3 points in it, honestly, on level 5, and you just keep spamming it on Bristle nonstop. He has to buy too much regen. For now, it's even though. 12-2 against 12-0.
Yeah.
But I reckon FN will pull ahead.
Really feels like Mickey too is not backing down from the lane. Like, he wants to play aggressive. Well, how's the off lane working too? You got Boxy and Tiger working together?
Well, FN just took 5 quills, so maybe not. He almost died.
Need to buy the salve again?
Yeah, maybe it's even. I don't know, man. I'm always ready to be surprised. I would have thought that Quap wins.
Looks like Mickey's going to be able to afford a bottle as well before the 4-minute bounty runes, if the creep wave continues to go this way. And he just had a set of tangos and a healing salve come out to him. FN? Ooh. With the Shadow Strike, that's level 2. Mickey will be fine.
It's not a kill, but Mickey has to wait the whole Shadow Strike out before he can use his healing salve, and that means free CS here for FN. Okay, he missed it. I mean, it was free, but sometimes mess up. Oh, he'll get the demand the range creep though. So yeah,
it'll slow up Mickey's timing, and once again, like, okay, well, the salve and tango, he's down to 1 tango. For all the consumables that Mickey has had, he still can't get himself over 1/3 HP. He's trying his hardest though.
Level 3 now. FN has really impressed me lately. I think, like, thinking back over the last 2 or 3 years, he's had like some standout games, but he's just had this tendency of making unforced errors, basically. He's just been so stable. Yeah, Pine is dead.
Insanius got him. But yeah, back to FN. I know Lacoste was saying something very similar, where a lot of these Prodigy players, they just couldn't get themselves onto a stable team. And FN, he's lucky to keep his courier alive, lucky to keep himself alive.
He forced a TP in from Shadow Demon. That's already nice. And he got the rune. So we'll have a bit of an advantage here over the next 20 seconds with that DD. But yeah, just to finish off on this, like, FN used to make quite a few unforced errors, like overextending or making, just having bad judgment calls. His mechanics have always been really, really good, especially in lane. But just feels like they've kind of tamed the beast a bit in this team and just got it way more under control. He's probably been the most improved player for me in the last few months that I can think of. He's just really shining in this team. So it's cool to see, really.
I can't wait to see when he starts to rotate in the lanes. For the moment, everything's pretty passive. The 5-minute bounty runes are going to come up. And it's actually going to be a 3-for-1 trade-off in favor of Prodigy. And I don't think that's what Tiger wanted to have happen either. It's very rare when you get a bottle builder coming in the mid and he doesn't. And she's going to die? I think he ticks.
Because fairy. Or die.
He chose death.
I think he lives there with Fairy Fire and turning his back, but he might have felt like this is the lesser evil. Sometimes dying is better than having to use your consumable, run all the way back to base to then TP out. This way he connects with the wave faster. That walk back to base is long. When you don't have boots, it takes really, really long.
Still seems pretty brutal to give Queen of Pain the kill in the lane, and she's having the free wave.
Absolutely.
But he'll be here for the catapult wave push, as long as he can keep his catapult alive. But FM will just begin where he left off. Aggressively in the face of the bristleback. My god, Mickey. How much damage can you take from this? And now the arcane rune. Insania will deny it.
Yeah, he didn't want to risk that FN just blinks and snaps it in front of him, so...
It's not like Bristleback's a good controller.
Yeah, there's no way Bristle gets that rune. He's never going to get it. Like, the way FN is playing this lane so hyper-aggressively, he's preventing the Bristleback from pushing the lane. And the way Bristle gets runes from that mid lane is by just spamming Cool Spray 3 or 4 times in a wave and then going to the rune. But he just doesn't get access in here. All about the mid lane. I want to look a little bit to the other sides too.
Sure.
Shackle shot bottom. Good reason.
That's a good place to look. Boxy's trying to retreat back out again. He'll get to the tower. The immolation's really burning, and every kid's Sleight of Fist has off cooldown right now. So goodbye, Boxy. Good thing to watch the side lane, Sin.
Prodigy are really off to a good start here. They're basically winning 2 lanes, and their Centaur top is more or less drawing with Monkey King. Getting his level 5 now. Pushka has a clear experience advantage, however, with that level 6. But overall, I'd say Prodigy are probably very happy with what has happened in this early game. Big XP and gold lead already.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah. Like, I know the panel was talking about Prodigy's problems, like pushing down buildings, but when you go a lineup like this and you're feeling confident you can get momentum, this feels like exactly the type of lineup you could just push your advantage further and further forward. Your split push is going to be so damn strong as well.
You know what every lineup has? No matter what heroes you pick?
Dire's bottom
You have
tower.
siege
pushing
creeps.
high ground.
You have siege creeps. And if you can protect those by being stronger and play the timing just like Prodigy did here, where they bullied Beastmaster out of the lane and killed him and then had a siege creep, you can still get a tower minute 730. So honestly, super good job so far. Getting this bottom tower is a pretty big deal. And I reckon they're going to try to make a move mid-minute 10. That would probably be a really good decision for their lineup, knowing that Bristle is struggling, Beastmaster is struggling. You should have the upper hand minute 10 with a level 6 Centaur. Both your Ember and Quap are monsters minute 10. These heroes are so good right then. Opening
time. Yeah, Epikid's looking to fight. The Shackle is out over on Mickey, and Liquid bring in 3 players. Epikid hasn't left here just yet. And with the arrival of FN under the cover of an Invis rune, he just wants to quickly pick off Tiger. No defensive disruption available. The power shot helping with the extra tick. Emperor Spirit, he didn't have to do that, but he did it anyway. And then jumps down towards the bottom and away from the Beastmaster as quick as he can. But while on, DM has just taken the 2 triple stacks that Team Liquid set up.
Oh god.
Yeah, the bleed is real.
Liquid loves stacking. I talked about this yesterday. I think they're the team in this tournament with clearly the most average stacks per game. I don't have a stat for it. It's just a gut feeling from watching their games. Insania stat, by the way. Sonic Wave. Yeah, they make so many stacks, and it's very predictable too, because they do it the same way every game. So it's just a matter of time before a team drafts aggressive early on and manages to invade, just like Prodigy did here. And it pays off big time. Dude, Ember is so far ahead, actually. How is he this far ahead?
2 kills to his name. They took the Tier 1 tower on bottom lane as well.
Monkey King. And Monkey had a good start. This is really, really big advantage for him.
Boxy just can't pressure this lane at all. Winrange is moving to the tree line, looking for maybe initiation if Beastmaster wants to come out a little bit further. Alright, Prodigy. They gotta be feeling so damn good. No tier 1 tower for Boxy to hide behind.
Yep. 10 minutes about to come up, so we're getting outposts and bounty runes. Looks like a 1-for-1 split on the outpost.
Yeah, speaking of bounty runes, no one actually took that bounty rune.
Wait, was there a 5-minute bounty still there?
Yeah, there was a 5-minute bounty on the southern northern one. Shackles are out. Grimstroke is 2 layers.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now to get the searing chains plus the shackle shot. But now a quick spirit out. Mickey needs to protect these ancients. They can't afford to lose yet another stack.
And now that they forced this rotation, Monkey King actually TP'd bottom, and Prodigy saw that. So now Centaur will play aggressive top. He's going to push in the wave and start hitting the tower with his siege creep. And in the meantime, the Queen of Pain in mid wants to try to keep her siege creep alive with the following wave. Currently choosing not to destroy the enemy catapult to keep it alive long enough. Okay, now he's doing it. I think this is a mistake.
Well, the creep wave is going to hold it back just enough, as long as he can pull it off. But Mickey, yeah, I think he knows he has to get rid of this thing.
Yeah. Mickey can handle it with the physical spell damage. It's obviously really good against the siege creep, so didn't get too much out of this.
Tiger's got the perfect trip stack. 3 camps all at the same time. Bottom lane, Ember Spirit, he's in a lot of trouble. Getting caught out. Oracle's trying to give him the extra survivability. Epic Kid's able to actually have it. Monkey King not in the perfect balance strike, and Hefek comes in. The Sonic Wave mopping up Boxy and Koifa, moving into Insania. Virtus Pro, they lose the Oracle. The Team Liquid's aggression does not pay off.
So quick on that rotation. This is one of, in my opinion, the big weaknesses of playing Bristle mid in this patch. If you're playing against a high tempo mid hero like Queen of Pain or Ember as examples, or Void Spirit, their rotation potential is just so strong. Like every time your team makes a move, if Bristle is not a part of it, the other mid hero will join very quickly and swing it in their favor very easily. And obviously Bristle, in addition to that, also lost his lane this game, which I think is understandable. It's a hard matchup.
Yeah. They're helping Mickey recover. Like they at least gave him now that the second triple stack that was prepared up by Tiger. So he's now #1 net worth for Team Liquid. But what does this item, what does this money really go into? He picks up a hood, but can you still stand against the Prodigy lineup? So I'm also seeing I'm seeing a blink dagger coming in from a centaur. So VP, they're going to smoke up maybe a little prematurely because the blink dagger is only now just getting onto the centaur.
I think it's the mid move here. Once again, they want to get.
They want Mickey.
They don't really want Mickey. They want his tower, I think. But maybe an invasion into the ancient area. The Asian area. I saw Ember Spirit. That's why. You know, it's the lore. Didn't find the kill though. Good read from Boxy to back out, but they do get control of the area and they get a good aggressive ward down, and this could be an opening mid. They're starting to poke.
Yeah, now they get Mickey. Insania gonna wait in the back lines. He's trying to let off a quick little silence to control up the centaur, but
and no full hood yet, so just the cloak is not enough.
They can just keep pushing mid. Why not? You built up your retaliate stacks. Your creep wave's coming in as well. Beastmaster's doing the best he possibly can. Boxy just to force out the bottom lane. You're seeing the circle being drawn as Epic Kid is the one doing it. Everywhere on the south. I wish to dominate the south. And they're going to have exactly that when it comes to vision.
But they're already trying to find Boxy again here. With Aina, he might. Boxy is standing in a pretty peculiar spot. If he cuts out and even tries to touch this creep wave, he's dead instantly. And there's no hawk. Now there is. Now he'll see him. Pings it out.
Oracle sees the force. Nope. not when DM cutting the wave.
Something could have happened.
Yes. It's the ultimate suspense. It's the announcement of the fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So 5 heroes from Prodigy, they're all gathering up together in mid. They really want to be able to find another engagement. Smoked up, Mickey farming up stacks. Feels like we've seen this before. And Now the jump comes in. Perfect will stop in from DM. Support can be there from Tiger for defensive destruction. He has to let it out now, but the Stampede lets VP just move forward to kill off Tiger first, then come back for Mickey, where they began this engagement. And Liquid losing 2 so quickly before the 15-minute mark. And what do you get in return? You get Koi for farming on top, you get Beastmaster farming on bottom.
Yeah, that's the question. Like, what is Liquid building up for here? Can they try to find a fight of their own, or are they just kind of at the mercy of VP.Prodigy running at them and trying to counterplay with Shadow Demon? Because if that's what they're trying to do, you can't protect Bristle with just one guy right now. Like, your lanes are being pushed, your map is very dangerous. If you want to set up a bait, you need more defense. And if you want to show in like 2 or 3 lanes like this, you're expecting casualties. But I don't think this is the guy you want to have die. You might be better off sending Shadow Demon to do a little bit of wave duty, and then he can get killed as the target. It's not that valuable right now. He's only 2,000 net worth and level 7. Losing a Bristle that's level 11 is a different story. So he's farming the jungle. You have to expose somebody else, I think. Tiger's could be open on.
Tiger's on ward duty. Ina's coming up behind him, and Epi Kid, he's ready for this fight. FN's nearby too. There's 1 more Spirit Vessel charges. That's exactly what Ember Spirit will get. Commit 1, get 1.
I mean, it's not great, but it's obviously much better than the alternative, which is to lose a core there. VP are just running around as a squad.
The core. Speaking of which, into world's mid, Save looking for a good shackle line, and Sania buying some extra space for Mickey to back up. Triggers the hood, which is now completed.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But if he wants his own fight, he's not going to find it.
Top tower is under attack.
And Prodigy, they have to keep playing very aggressive like this. In terms of like later on in the game, the Ember has gone for the Vessel first, so physical damage will fall off. It's going to hit a wall at some point here, where both Quap and Ember are not that strong against armor and BKBs. So if they can keep kind of squeezing as much out of the map as possible and stay ahead by this amount, they should be fine. But obviously, Liquid should have their minds on some sort of protection against this kind of high-tempo magic lineup.
Yeah.
In their organization.
You got like Lotus Orb built in from Bristleback, so it's obviously not full auras coming in.
I think Koiko will go Deso into BKB. But that's still a ways away. Okay, they're actually going to finally try to make their own move here, Liquid.
Where do they go?
What prompted it? If they got a key item that I'm not seeing, I don't think anything really changed, but they're just tired of losing, I think.
They just try and battle on bottom lane. Use the Bristle as bait, push the tier 1 tower, but if no one defends the tier 2 tower in mid,
Tower is under attack.
this may also be another big flag. I love how Ember Spirit is going to pick up the Imp Cords before this fight might begin. And I'll put the emphasis on might. At the moment, Prodigy are taking a tier 2 tower, potentially 2 tier 2 towers with the pressure from Epi Kid on top. So what will be the price of the tier 1 tower on bottom?
They're going to force them back high ground, I think. It's very transparent from Liquid right now. They're showing 2 cores on this bottom tower. You can force high ground here, and you're guaranteed to get the outcome that you want, which is to force the enemy team back to base so they don't stay in your jungle. I would at least like to see that. I don't think... At least their creep wave died. This 10-second or 15-second delay actually matters quite a bit. So maybe they're going to settle for top. Looks to me the case.
Yeah.
I think they did want to force them back, but they lost their wave. And then the timing doesn't really favor them anymore. So they're gonna spill out into the map once again. Queen of Pain in this rune again. If he finds Koiko here...
Every action rune you want. The Hawk is out, so Epi Kid is visible. Do you really want to fight into this? You're still not really a combat ready for Team Liquid.
When are you, though?
That's a very good question. The panel was saying Liquid just needs to win 1 fight and then they can push, but I'm not even seeing that. Bristleback in trouble. Tiger, defensive disruptions out. And now force Epi Kid to TP away to safety. Both these teams with good saving heroes, be it the SD or the Oracle.
Yeah, they bait out a Soulbind, but obviously it's a lot harder to go in Bristle now than it was before. He got a plate mail and a hood since last they killed him. And if they have protection behind him, I think the math is just different now. That now you can probably protect him with 1 hero instead of the 2 or 3 I would have liked earlier to keep him alive. But at the same time, like, it's always such a difficult puzzle where if you overprotect the Bristle, yeah, he's farming, but you're losing on farm then. Like, then you're not farming enough on the map. So that's why it's why it's hard to play from behind like this, because you have access to less resources, but at the same time you feel like you need to protect the key heroes at the right times, and it's just a very difficult balance to strike. Obviously Prodigy did a good job at identifying when they could invade and get kills on Nikki. They might try again here.
Yeah, they are. Tiger walks
Not
up,
happening.
defensive disruption, and they'll give it another shot. Fortune is not going to be able to connect, and even Grimstroke will be there for the extra silence, but it's a good route. And the Sonic Wave committal, and the blink forward from Save. That was a curve shot.
Remember
When it comes to the shackle shot,
It was happening.
definitely
Sick
did.
shackle shot, 5-man rotation, the Quamp comes in with the whole shebang. I did not see that kill on Bristle. I didn't think it was going to happen.
I don't think Liquid also were,
No, they were not
ready for the.
expecting that to be a kill.
They weren't even ready for the blink dagger, catching the back line. Now you've got more issues. Beastmaster well away from the rest.
So what was it the panel said? You need to have a 3-to-1 kill lead as VP? It's 7-to-1 right now. That should be good enough. It's good enough.
It does sound good. And bounty runes are all going to belong to them too, if they do want to claim the ones on the north.
You could tell on that Bristleback kill that Liquid didn't think he could die, because they didn't bring in more support, right? They weren't expecting that to develop into a team fight. They were just like, I'm fine. Disrupt me, give me Inkswell, I'll run away, turn my back, put on my hood. But it was still enough. And that's concerning now. If you can die outside your right outside the doorsteps of your base with Bristle to getting jumped like this, you might have to group up more, and your lineup just can't really afford it right now. At least this is a bit of a help, Koik, for picking up SO.
You look at the itemization coming back from Virtus Pro. FN's going into Shiva's guard, so he's already looking for his own protection, and the BKB is on the way for Ember Spirit. He finished his own Desolator as well. So you asked Prodigy to have answers to the armor buildup of Liquid. They are arriving.
Radiant
The Deso being online is really big for both teams, really. The struggle for Liquid, however, is still getting an initiation. Boxy has been so quiet this game on Beastmaster. I feel like I've seen one roar in 21 minutes. And it's just Prodigy doing such a good job at pushing out the waves and at the same time regrouping all the time, so they don't get... They haven't really been giving Liquid opportunities to catch people off. They're pushing it very wisely, where they get like that one extra wave but don't overextend on their Ember. He hasn't been caught all game. The Centaur has, I think, did he die in lane? No, he didn't either. Like, they're just...
Not a single death
Playing
in
it
any of the
clean.
calls to Prodigy.
Only Oracle has died.
Yep.
22 minutes. Only their 5 has died.
Now 4-man
awesome.
smoke up. Is it time for Prodigy? Well, I don't know if it's time for Prodigy to do anything. Like, if they go high ground, they still run the risk of the Soulbind, double roar, double purge, all that kind of jazz. Like, if Liquid can just hit the combination. And Koiv has been doing a hell of a lot of work pushing in these side lanes, wasting the time. Goes from the bottom now up to the top. Liquid just have to wait inside their base, and Mickey kind of needs to play the close circle inside this mid lane.
This is the moment, actually, for Liquid. This is their chance.
Gonna smoke up. Who they got?
Prodigy or-
FN, blink. Oh, and Boxy able to get the roar up. The Chain Thunder work with the extra follow-up silence. Can they get the kill? Disruption. It's out from Tiger. It almost bought enough time to get away to save, but no, FN gets slapped down. And now the easy TP out from Centaur. They have enough damage? No. DM able to retreat, and that's a huge kill for Liquid to claim. We
It's
say they
smart.
haven't actually. No, Boxy just got 541 gold for that kill.
It's a start. This is the first time in the last 5 to 10 minutes that it felt like VP.Prodigy were actually out of position a little bit. They had the Ember bot. I think it was... I don't remember who the other hero was, but there was 2 heroes in the bottom half of the map, and they had 3 top. And Liquid finally find an opportunity on that smoke to get a big key kill on a core. Unfortunately, not able to convert it into a Roshan. Their lineup is really good at killing Rosh, but it's still not enough. If they get 2 kills there, I think they might go for Rosh in this instance. They have to settle for... He feels safe right now.
That he does. I suppose while Beastmaster Roar is down, there's not as much that's going to be able to control you. And Purge is also on cooldown too from Tiger.
And Prodigy are going to make their own move now in the smoke. I think that one was spotted by Liquid's ward in the river, actually.
It was. 100%. They should be backing up right now. Monkey's already, like, you see Koifa, he's just turned on the aggression. Slam down bottom lane, get back. Okay, it wasn't called out by everybody.
Well, if they
gets
saw
caught.
it, they didn't react to it. Let me tell you. Did they really...
It was.
Because I know they smoked...
was... There was
most of
two
the heroes on the
heroes.
high ground.
There was
But
two
the
heroes, I
Hawk-
think, that were there.
The Hawk was not there yet when they smoked, and I think the ward that Liquid have in the river just barely couldn't see it. They smoked right outside the range of it, but I don't think all of their heroes were actually on the high ground when they smoked. Either way, it looked like they had no idea. And this is obviously super good for Prodigy. They get to put their Dezo to use to kill Roche. They avoid that the Dire lineup that really wants this and is kind of tailored to have the ability to take this won't get it. And now you have this really big line of safety for your Queen of Pain. Such a great Aegis hero. In a game like this, the only real way you die is Roar, and now you're safe from it for 5 minutes.
If they can stay protected. I like how SD... okay, yeah, get the hell out of there, Tiger. He's been adding some pressure on the top lane, but Quap just pushes it back. But Bo3 can send his army to do the same type of thing. Mickey's going in for an S and Y next. I was kind of wondering, like, what would be the item choice that I don't know if you wanted to stand or if you had meant to have more of a presence as a bristleback, or is it just pure survival?
It's kind of a hybrid item. The status resistance is really good on Bristol. He's very mobility dependent as a carry. You get some health. You obviously get move speed. He needs that because he's mobility based as a carry. I don't know what alternatives are really good here. Like sometimes you buy Abyssal, but I don't think you buy it in this slot. You could finish the pipe. That doesn't feel too good either. It's too late for that. So yeah,
Tiger?
it seems like solid. Oh, see you, Tiger.
There's a quick little stampede to also help out in bottom lane. FN chasing down Kuiper. Lets the Sonic Wave go. Monkey King able to get off the tree in time as FN blinks forward. The now save will arrive. The Shackle flies forward, and Monkey King, who normally loves playing around the trees, becomes his own worst enemy. So Boxy needs to push. Catapult wave.
Necro 3 on him. Help get a bit more map control, P warding. Is there anything really good to purge here? Wind Run,
Dire's bottom tower is
Fate
under attack.
Edict,
Purge the Ember as much as
Flame
you
Guard.
Bottom tower is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not like insanely good. The Wind Run purge is pretty damn good.
But that's also on your support.
Yeah.
And Save's getting, like, the only items he requires to help win the fight. Tranquil's to sustain, Blink for positioning, he's going to get a 4-star later on. Blink hooks on forward, goes back, put to work, Lotus off. Able to protect Mickey for the moment as DM. Not a healthy man, the calls are starting to really stack up for him. So we just try and purge him free. Is something there? Save able to connect on the Shackle shot. Mickey, can somebody get this man out to safety? He needs more health destruction from Tiger. Just close enough from the edge, and now Soulbind out. Where is this Roar? It's too far away. Boxy really hesitant to jump forward. He had the blink, he was ready to go.
He has to play around Oracle the whole time. He knows there's a save, so he kind of needs this double Roar to at least get one target, because Oracle can only save one, not two. But yeah, the opportunity just wasn't there. It was still nicely done from Liquid to protect the Bristle the way they did. They didn't like overextend and force a fight that could have cost them the whole game, but at the same time, they don't really gain anything. They didn't even find a kill or force a key cooldown of any sort. Aegis is still intact. No ultis used on Radiant.
So Aegis is intact, but you haven't done as much damage to the mid tower as you probably would have liked. And Team Liquid, thanks to the level 3 book being up from Boxy, he's at least able to send out and look to remove some of this vision. This is the most outside the base that I think I've seen Liquid come. And then back in. we're back to the standard roll. Boxy on one lane, Kuiper on the other. Two supports sitting behind the bristleback.
It really is a game of cat and mouse. Liquid are trying to avoid fighting as much as possible while pushing out side lanes, but they will suffer casualties once in a while, like the Monkey King dying bottom earlier, or Boxy getting caught in the top half not too long ago as well. It's almost impossible to do this perfectly because the amount of information you have access to is really limited with the current wards you have. The fact that they even have these wards is really good with the limited map control they've had. But these two wards will fade soon, and then you're completely in the dark as Liquid, and then moving out on lanes becomes even worse. So, tough times, really, you gotta say.
It does feel that way. They've come out far enough, you can at least pick up a couple of neutral items. So they got the best one in the world to keep the defense up. Actually, that's the other way. That's on for VP. They've got the repair kit. You got a quickening charm and spider legs for the tier 3 items in for Liquid.
Spider legs are not bad on Bristle. Or Monkey, for that matter. Or even Beastmaster, so he can find a roar. Over Cliff's a bit easier. They will put it on Beast for now, at least.
Now you guys time down.
It's
Just
move
before
time.
the 30-minute mark, and you look for your outposts.
It's what Liquid were waiting for this whole time. They didn't want to fight the Aegis. It has now expired, so they want to try to make their move with the smoke.
They actually won't get to the outpost in time, so both outposts will belong to Prodigy at the 30-minute mark. Not exactly what you would have liked.
And Prodigy have really good position here. The only heroes that Liquid are likely to run into are Centaur and Windrunner, and they can save both of them with the Oracle. And Windrunner herself.
That's a very nice deal for Koiva. A double damage rune that'd love to take a fight here. Off the back of the smoke, but who's your target? FM blinks away to safety. And while DM has copped a decent chunk of damage, he just walks it off.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oops. That's not something you want to lose. That actually would have been his full health if
they are.
Of some forward. Koiva still wondering if he needs to go forward. Tiger lets the purge out over on the Centaur. The sword comes a little bit too late, and DM just really doesn't have the life to find Proxy. Goes straight for the roar of the Oracle. Play around him or pop, pick him off. That's what they've gone. Centaur still not dead yet, while both the supports of Liquid, they will fall. Oracle has himself a buyback. Can't say the same from the Liquid supports, and now surrounded on all sides. Mickey wants a little cover the shackle. Save Oh, he wasn't hoping for that one. Now he'll come down to the Wukong's command. It's doing good work. Hemisphere's losing a lot of life, but he has ended up being shackled to the range creep that was still surviving. Save doing such great work with the Spirit Vessel down. Koiva's got no extra life steal. And many cores dead from Liquid means they cannot defend this mid lane.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I've cast saves Windrunner once before, and I've said, because he plays this hero a lot in pubs, and I've said he tends to be like, the hero itself is just hit or miss, but so is he in his games. The earlier game in this tournament with Windrunner, nothing spectacular. This game, man, he's been hitting so many good shackles this game. Like, really showcasing that the hero can work as a support. It's so much harder than it looks, though. Prodigy are just playing a really good game of Dota here.
Obviously, he was studying the guide over on Reddit. How to play Wind Ranger, how Shackle works. It wasn't that deep.
Just know the angles. What is it? 46-degree search angle or whatever?
Yeah.
Frog just smashed his head against the keyboard. Okay, guess that's the angle. I don't know. It's just some random number.
It can be really, really ridiculous. And now, like, you've got your Wind Ranger going in for an MKB as item of choice. Little over the top. Queen of Pain's going in for a Mjolnir. Sure.
And I think what you do as Prodigy now is you were really happy with what you just got. You forced a buyback out on the Beastmaster. You took a big fight. You know you're far ahead. Get the bounty runes. Wait for the next Roshan. It's actually a really early spawn. Just 15 seconds to go. Taiga just pinged it saying, we need to pay attention to this. And you do. Giving Prodigy another Rosh here is probably just the end of the game. Like,
yeah.
You're getting just overwhelmed with problems at this point.
I need to find it to work. If you don't get your double rolls, if you don't get your combination together, like, how is this meant to go the way of Team Liquid? They're falling behind in everything they need.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, we're 33 minutes. Feels like Liquid needs some kind of hallelujah. Do we actually just wait for... I'd say we don't have to wait for Roshan. Roshan's up. Prodigy couldn't have asked for it to be at a better time. All the lanes are pushed back, so Liquid will have to just do the big high ground defense of all crazy defenses to have any chance to stay alive in this game. At least Mickey's got his courier back now, so his halberd is at least completed. I'm looking for upsides here.
Yeah, whenever I watch games like this, there's been a few of them in this tournament. It's always hard from the spectator standpoint to really understand what's going on in the game, but you just have this feeling of, Liquid, you have to try to take more fights than what you're doing. And I know they're hard, and you're probably going to lose, but they've been so quiet all game, not really taking much initiative. And like, again, if I could only see their vision the whole game, maybe it makes a lot more sense. Like maybe Prodigy are just pushing waves way better and having way more vision the whole time, as Bo3 will get solo killed by Epikid bottom.
Who then just...
buyback.
No, he does not. The only ones who are buyback are Bristle and the two supports of Liquid. And Epikid just gives him the extra tip, and now Bristle back, also in a little bit of trouble. Goodbye, Tiger, but that's why they have your money. Insania needs to try and clean up the creep wave, which is still also inside the base. Purges are out, but Centaur doesn't care. In fact, most of Prodigy don't care. They run forward. Mickey's trying to build up some quill stacks. He gets something going here, but now he's shackled to the Ember Spirit fake. They got created by Tiger, who FN will now finally get rid of Tiger in the back line. No buyback for him. They're all gone. And Monkey King's doing everything he can inside the Wukong's command, and he is able to do something. Okay, maybe he's not. The Sleight of Fist dodges out, and Shackle's now out from save, and all the stun control is there. This game's over. It's done. It's dusted. Mickey might be alive, but Liquid's hopes are dead in game one. Prodigy have just controlled this game from the very get-go.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
But Liquid want to keep fighting.
Shackle, actually? Oh, he has. Oh,
GG
why
shackling
not?
too.
Style points. Get it in
I've seen that with Mars, putting down the Ironwood tree and then spearing into it. That one's a little harder to claim.
Dire's
Oh, that's Mickey's plan
now.
This is Mickey's plan. Wait until all the mana is gone. And then again, he just gets one charges, and they fight it, and there's so many trees to work with. And now, Raw? Maybe Ember Spirit.
Yeah,
No,
again.
not maybe Ember Spirit. The Shackle just connects too easily. GG.
That is the best Windrunner support performance I've ever seen in a pro game. I am pretty confident in saying that. It's not the first time that this hero gets played as a support, obviously. Especially in China, it's had its phases, but Save was just really, really impressive to me this game. Just all of VPP. Awesome movements, really good.